Hey, what's up, kids? How you doing? It's Derek here. So tonight's YouTube adventure is I'm going to be talking about what it's like spending time in prison and in jail. So, and the difference. Okay, so the process is you get arrested, which really sucks. Like really fucking sucks. It's the most embarrassing thing in the world when you're pinned up against a cop car and they're putting handcuffs on you and you know everybody's around there just looking at you going, what the fuck did he do? Oh, ew, gross. Sorry, I really bad habits. And so you get arrested, you get taken to court, and you get, well, they don't get taken to court unless you're like just going to get let out again, but you get taken to remand, and then you get taken to jail, prison after. So a lot of people call remand jail. So jail is where you go before you get sentenced, or remand is where you get remanded and you stay there until you're sentenced. So the thing is, in that system, in the remand centers, people are there for weeks, months, years, depending on the trial, and they are not sentenced. So what happens there is there's a very anxious, tense feeling that is in the units, and because the entire place is just filled with anxiety because people don't know what's going to happen. They don't know how the outcome of the outcome of the trial. They don't know if they're going to get bail. If they don't know if they're going to get released on a conditional sentence order, which means you serve your sentence out in the community. If anybody gets offered a CSO, don't take it. Don't take it. It is the worst idea. It's usually just enough rope for people to hang themselves with, okay? Not a great idea. Just do your fucking time, get it over with. It's really not that bad. So it's a very anxious feeling because people don't know what's going on. So it's very tense and people keep themselves occupied, but you can only do so much because you're only allowed so much, what's the word? Freedom. Okay, so much freedom as to what you can do, like the options. Let's reword that. The options of entertainment. So you can watch TV, you can read, you can play cards. So what I did was I ended up getting to the point where I was a unit cleaner. Yeah, that's what they say. The guy who likes dicks is a unit cleaner. Ha ha. Sorry, I don't know why I belittle myself like this. So there's on each unit in North Fraser was where I was. There's 3 tiers. 10. Anyways, there's about 60 guys in the unit, and there's 3 tiers. So yeah, 10 on each tier. 10 rooms on each tier. And I became a unit cleaner. And in between these, so the tiers were like this. Like they came to a corner, and in the corner here was the shower. They had some glass thing there, but you could basically see that someone was showering from here up. Okay. So they were gross, and I took an hour per shower every day, and I would just rotate through them, okay? I always gave the cleanest shower, and people started appreciating that, so I got a little bit of kickbacks here and there. So the thing is, people think there are a lot of drugs in prison and in jail, and there are. However, if you say no, people generally leave you alone. If you say yes, you start falling down this trap, shall we say? You'd start falling down this trap that you could get caught in, and it gets very bad. It can get very bad. So I just stayed away from that, and I didn't gamble either. I just kept my nose out of shit. It was just an instinct I had, and I guess I stuck with it. It made sense, right? And so I would be a unit cleaner, and I would clean, and I started there's a back table, which is basically like the cool kids who were more or less running the unit, and I would do their dishes. Yes, people cooked random things, not like meals, but like you could take the stuff that you were given and turn it into something else, so something better. So the meals that you're given from the cafeteria, the kitchen, you could turn into different things. So you would keep chicken bones, and they would make like spicy chicken noodle soup in the microwave. It takes like a couple hours, but you just fucking hog the microwave. And so I became a unit cleaner. So when you are a unit cleaner and you're working, you get your own cell, which is magnificent because I don't have to share with anybody. I can watch cartoons 24 hours a day. I can do whatever I want. And so when you're a unit cleaner, you're also let out at different times and you get different responsibilities. So you just you had to keep yourself a little bit more occupied, which is really quite nice. So anything you can do other than just fucking sitting there is great. So after then you go to so when you go to court one day, you're woken up at around 5 a.m. and you're brought to court. And you sit in a cell with no beds, no nothing like that for about an hour with about like 10, 15 other guys, and you're all in there just hating fucking life. Everything's too early. You get this little fucking brown bag with like Rice Krispies and a fucking little of milk, a muffin. And it was really nice if you got Rice Krispies and bran muffins on the same day, because you crumble them up and you put the bran muffin in your rice. Fuck, it was good. It's still good. It's still really good. And that's breakfast, and then you get some peanut butter and jelly, and you just slather your shit up and eat it, okay? And then you're shipped off. It's about an hour ride into downtown from there, and you just sit there. When you get there, court is either at 9 a.m. or at 1 p.m., okay? 1:30. 1 or 1:30, one of the, I can't remember, I should remember by now. So if you are at 9 a.m., you get there, everybody's sort of lumped in the same thing, and they, you're seen whenever you're seen by whomever you're seen. And you're in this cell that is cold as fuck. Like, it's always freezing, and you never really have enough to wear, and it's dirty. So there are these benches built in the wall, so if you're the big enough guy, or if you, whatever, fuck, you get the benches, and some people sleep underneath the benches. They put toilet paper down so you're not as cold, or you're not touching as gross shit. It's always freezing in there. So let's rewind that back. So this is the same situation where you are in city cells, is where you're held, and it's also fucking freezing in there. They have to do, like, checks on you in the middle of the night, and they check up on you and go like, hey, what's up? Like, you're looking in the window, and if they can't see your face, they knock and fucking wake you up, which is really annoying to begin with. So there's also air coming in, and I hate air getting blown on me, and you're only allowed to wear like one sweater or one jacket or whatever, as long as it doesn't have a zipper or a fucking string attached to it, right? Of course, so you don't even have your shoes. And so you're sitting there and you do your thing, and like, I was so cold I covered myself up. Eventually, after going back so many times, I got to figure out, I rolled myself up like a sushi cone, and I could block enough of the air and they could still see my face. So they let me do that. You get woken up really butt ass early, and you sit in the same cell and waiting for whatever, as you would if you were coming in from remand. And so on this trip from remand, you're all cuffed up, and you're in this place, you're with like 4 or 5 other guys, and you're on this traffic, and sometimes traffic is just brutal, so you're just together, and people fart and shit, and it's gross, and some guys are just fucking dirty, and you're just like, you're right beside them, just like, dude, like, fucking shower when you get back to the unit or something, right? Like, it's just nasty. So while you're waiting in there for your sentencing, or if you're going to get bail or whatever, you're at 9 a.m. and you're done by, let's just say you get in there by 10:30, you sit the entire day and wait until 5 when everybody goes back together, which really sucks ass. And if you're in the afternoon, same thing. And all you get is like a bologna sandwich, like a piece of fruit, 2 little orange juice, and cookies, and that's breakfast, lunch, or dinner while you're there. So it's not tremendously nutritious, but it's edible. And so that's what you get. And it's strange to say, but at the end of the day, if you're going back, it's nothing better than getting back to your unit with the guys you know, and getting back to your fucking cell and having a hot dinner after sitting in the fucking city cells for hours. So it's just brutal. So, okay, now you're sentenced. Depending on what you get either federal or provincial. Federal means it's 2 years plus a day. Provincial is 2 years less a day. And if you're in provincial, it's not too bad. Like, I'm only going to talk provincial. I'm talking about federal next time. And so you get sentenced, and now you're in a different atmosphere. You're a totally different place. People are a lot more calm for the most part. Beefs get just as bad. Like, fuck, we get stabs and shit like that, whatever. And so if you're in provincial now, like you were sentenced, you are now in what most people would call prison. You can get jobs, you're assigned jobs, like what can you do, and if there's space, like you get put somewhere. I was generally minimum, so I was outside and I got to do work outside as opposed to sitting inside, which really kind of sucked. And inside, it wasn't too bad. I ran the laundry for like, what was it, 7 months? That was pretty good. Pretty good. You got some kickback. So when everybody was down for count and everybody was stuck in their cells for like 2 to 3 hours, I was in the laundry just fucking dicking around. Like I had the best job there. It was pretty boss. And just hung out and just did shit, played chess, read, I kept up on the laundry, don't get me wrong, by all means. It was just easy. It's fucking easy. So I've done commercial laundry by that point. So you're sitting there, now you're in this situation where you can set it, I'm going to be here for the next 8 months, 7 months, 10 months, whatever. You can set up a life that has a finite end to it. You can get into a routine, you get to know your roommate, your cellmate, whatever. You look forward to certain things like pizza sub day, which was actually pretty good. And things, just you get to look forward to things, okay? And so in one of the places I was, remanded and sentenced were in the same unit. So that made for some tensions all in the know, because all these people are coming in for they're in this like anxious state, bugging all these guys that have been there for the last like 6 months, and they've got a little life set up for them. So there are a lot more beefs, a lot more fights happen that way. And I saw my fair share. And yeah, so when you're in provincial, it ain't too bad. It's not great. Provincial is much worse than federal. Provincial has less funding. Federal is a lot nicer. Well, at least where I was. And so now you've got your things to do. You go back for your meals, you set up a fucking thing. Like I actually had guys, because I was HIV there, like it's usually the little young guys that are shitheads, like young guys, not the older guys, but younger guys that are just total fucking shit biscuits. And they try going, so there's things that can happen as check off or checked out. Checked out means that you basically got the shit picked out of you and you're sort of like forced to leave. Check off is you ratted someone out and you were kind of out there. So I never ratted anybody out. Not my thing. I don't give a fuck what you do, just as long as you don't hurt kids. Well, you can't hurt kids in jail, but I don't give a fuck what you do in jail, to be honest with you. Just stay on my fucking face. And it was definitely interesting. It was so these kids tried to check me out, and they gave my roommate gloves because they knew I had HIV. It's like, oh, Van, you fucking AIDS fag. And they wouldn't touch me. They're like fucking 23, 24. I'm like, okay, really? Like, can we like grow up a little bit? And no one did anything. They're just being shitheads. Like, and then one day they decided to corner me in the shower. It's like 6 of them deep, and like, fucking fag. Like, you gotta check off. Like, you gotta check out, and like, you gotta check out and just go, man. Just go. Fucking, one of them looks down and goes, look at the size of the fucking bush. Look how small your dick is. I'm like, you fucking fag. I'm like, oh, you're looking at my dick and calling me a fag. Yeah, A1 for logic. A+ right there. After a while, I was just like, it just got really annoying. So I just packed up and moved to a different unit. And after that, it was fine because I knew a bunch of people up there. So everything was fine. I told them what happened. They're like, oh, okay, that's cool. Whatever, man. Don't worry about it. Because it's not looked upon very well that you don't take care of your own shit. So if you're in there and you just don't deal with your own shit, you don't not looked upon. But these guys knew me and they're like, yeah, fuck, whatever, it's not worth it. So I was fine. And you do, so if someone calls you a goof, I don't know where it's like around this area. If you get called a goof, it is like the lowest of the low. And if you don't throw down then and there, you will have the most miserable life inside you could ever possibly imagine. So no matter if you're going to get your ass kicked or not, just fucking deal with it and move on. And so now I would have the jobs, I would do my things, I would have my life, and then I would get out. And when you're let out of provincial, you have absolutely no supports in place. They give you gray sweatshirt, and they drive you, if you get released downtown, as opposed to out there, like, so like you're just okay, now you got your paperwork done, and you wait like 2-3 hours for your paperwork done, so you know you're free, but you can't leave yet because the fucking paperwork's not done. So you're sitting there going, oh my god, get it over with, and you get released, you get your fucking gray sweatpants and these shitty shoes, and you're just like, oh yeah, you get to keep the underwear that you got in prison, which is underwear that's been worn by countless other guys, as well as socks and uniforms that are from countless other guys. Luckily, since I was in the laundry, I got to pick the new ones out and just wash them for myself and keep a little on the side. And I'd get canteen from people for getting them new ones. And if they were on the back table, they give me even more fucking canteen. It was working out pretty well. I used my smarts, and I made myself useful. And yeah, you would get released and you would have no support, so you'd end up right back on the streets doing exactly what you were fucking doing 10 months ago. 6 months ago, 2 months ago. And it was just, it was awful. Like, I thought almost every time, I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And like, you're out there 2 days and you are just high as fuck. That's all I wanted to do when I got out, was eat a fucking salad and get high as fuck. There were times I'd come out like, I was 198. 198 one time. Like, it's a big, I was big. Now I'm at like 180, and I'm trying to get back up there, but I'm actually working out really hard this time. So I came out 198, and I lost 15 pounds in about a week, if not more. All I did was smoke meth more and more, and like I smoked so much the first day I got out. I remember that time that I just puked everywhere and whatever, just fucking kept on smoking. So you get out and it fucking sucks. You have nothing to look forward to except for now that you're doing dumb shit again. No control over your life because you're a fucking addict, and the only thing that you're controlled, you don't control anything. So that's what it's like going to Provincial and kind of having a taste of that. Oh yeah, there are definitely fights, by the way. Well, I remember this before I forget. Yeah, there are definitely fights. I saw a guy get stabbed in the neck with a fucking pencil because someone owed him a chocolate bar. I've seen fucking most ridiculous fights. They're like so one-sided. Just like, I've seen guys run away and start crying. I've seen a big guy that you expected to like be able to throw down. We called him Humpty. Guy was like size 17 feet. Like, his head no arches, so his feet were just like fucking out like that. He just like fucking neck, no neck, just. Fuck yeah, what's up, buddy? Yeah. You're like, he was a big dude. Couldn't run, but when he caught you, like, you'd expect him to fucking be able to throw a punch. No, it wasn't actually Humpty. Humpty could, never mind. There's another guy, I remember, he, yeah, exactly the same. Like, I expected him, he was like all fucking kung fu and shit looking, and he thought he was, and he fucking built. Buddy of mine comes in for a swing, and Kung Fu Man just fucking drops to the ground and just starts crying. No one expected that. People cried. People fucking laughed. Like, I even laughed. I was like, dude, I'm fucking done with you. I'm fucking done with you. Just don't talk to me ever again. Fuck. That's pretty funny. We had a code pink once because this guy got a fucking plastic chair and tried beating another guy over the head. This was Humpty he beat. It's like the big fucking neck dude. He took this chair and just beat him. And guy's just like, hold on. Like, dude, fucking stop. Like, you're hitting a brick wall with a little chair, right? Come on, focus. Hitting a brick wall with a little chair now. And he did it again. This guy hit him again. And he goes, okay, I'm going to call you back. Hangs up. Starts fucking doing the Humpty over to him, shuffle. Guy gets the buddy that was beating him with the chair, comes in behind the bubble, which is where you see this is where the staff are. So like the CO, like a corrections officer, is back there keeping an eye on you. And he comes up behind, and the officer just looks at him like, no. Get the fuck away from me. Deal with it. And he just goes into the fucking back office, locks the door, pulls the blinds down, and that is what we call a code pink, where you just fucking just boom, just lose all fucking hope for life, and you're just unfucking dignified. Undignified is what it was. You're just like, oh my God. Oh, fuck, I'll never remember that. Too bad, the guy was really cute too. Brings me to the second thing. There is not nearly as much sex as you think, especially in Provincial. No one's there long enough. Like, you're there for long enough, you can deal without sex. Sucked a couple of guys off. I fucking jerked off a few. Nothing crazy, right? Nothing major. More sex happens in federal because you got more time, right? So that's pretty much what it was like for me. I had some very scary moments. I used to come in with fingernail polish, and I used to get, one guy was just like, hey, 300-pound vegan, just whatever, just this big fucking gorilla, like just translucent white skin, ginger, just like fucking gorilla. So what's with the fingernails? Is this some sort of fag? I'm like, well, kinda, yeah. But like, well, what the fuck, man? Like, what do you want me to do about it? He's like, well, I'm like, dude, beat me up or don't beat me up. Like, I don't know what you want from me. Like, do you want me to lie? Do you want me to tell you the truth? Like, what do you want? Like, what do you want from me? And he you just let me go because I happen to be friends with a couple big Jamaican dudes on there. They gave him an eye and he let me go. And then he called me out to the courtyard. Don't you ever fucking disrespect me like that ever again, bro. Blah, 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 blah. So that was a scary moment. I ate someone's sandwich by accident. After asking everybody on the unit, like, is this yours? Is this yours? Is this yours? And everybody was like, no. I failed to see that there was a guy that was totally asleep and I ate his lunch. Honest mistake. People don't always listen to honesty and actual reason in there, especially if they're just shitheads, right? So I almost got the shit kicked out of me for eating a fucking sandwich. Anyways, I don't really have much more to say on that right now. Federal next time. Stay safe, kids. Love you. Bye.